She says it's okay.
The program manager, Minister of Health. The program manager, Minister of Health. Colleagues from USAID and PEPFAR. Colleagues from the Ministry of Health. Representatives of civil society organizations, youth leaders and university students present, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. Some years ago, I was a first year at university, and I was lucky to enter a university hall. And the warden of the hall normally had meetings with new university entrants who are registered with that hall. So one of the things I do remember him telling us was, you know, this university is a very exciting place. You will see young ladies, and there will be a lot of interest. You will want to look, but don't look too much. If you see them, and if you are tempted to look so much, please don't admire. And if you happen to admire, please don't touch. The question is, what if you touch? What happens? I brought up this story because of the questions which were being asked to Dr. Sabrina. One related to contraceptives for young girls. As she told you, 1 in every 4 girls who are teenagers in this country are pregnant. That is a fact, and it has been like that for 10 years plus. That is a very big number of girls. When you look at the girls who deliver in facilities, some of them you will sympathize. As young as 12 years old, 13 years, and trust me, many of them die. That's the way she's told you. I have a story of a 12-year-old, which is a very painful story. She got married in the village at 12 years. And then she went through her pregnancy. At the time of delivery, she went through labor. What they call labor is very painful. She didn't go through labor for a few hours. It wasn't for 1 day. It was not for 2 days. It was for more than 2 days. A very painful experience for a 12-year-old girl. Labor pain is extremely painful. The reason why she was there for 3 days was because she had a very small pelvis through which the baby could not be delivered. So she was with a traditional birth attendant who failed and referred this child who is laboring to a health facility. And at the health facility, I hope the girls who are here are listening. At the health facility, when she was assessed, she was found to be dehydrated, unable to deliver the baby, She had infection, and she was in a very miserable state. The health facility could not do a cesarean section, a surgical, so they had to call for an ambulance. Remember, all that is time, painful time for that little girl. Then when she was finally referred, as she was about to reach the referral point, she died. When there was a fight against HIV a few years ago, there was the option of zero grazing. People partner in universities and even before universities, in secondary schools, they need protection from getting pregnancy. For those of you who have heard the story, I want you to think about it. But today, UNFPA joins Uganda at the National Pre-World AIDS Day, which is an important event as part of the commemoration of the World AIDS Day. UNFPA appreciates the good and cordial partnership with the government of Uganda and the Ministry of Health. This partnership has contributed to tremendous efforts that has fostered great achievements and improvements in HIV/AIDS. This has indeed led to co-funding and the treatment of over 1.3 million people who need antiretroviral therapy, and has also contributed to the reduction of HIV prevalence, which now stands at 5.08 in last year. As you may know, Uganda's population is largely a youth population, with 70% of the population being youth. The youth have a potential ahead of them, and it is important that we take this as our responsibility, that they are steered and protected from HIV and other harmful practices that are factors which increase HIV new infections among adolescent girls and young women. They need protections against early pregnancy, protection against HIV, and protection against sexually transmitted infections, many of which are driven by harmful practices in our cultures, including early and forced marriages. In 2022, that's last year, almost 20,000 of the 52,000 new infections were among young people. When I started university, we were around 2,000 students at the university. If you take that statistic and translate it to this, 20 new infections were young people. Those were 10 universities, all HIV infection. 10 universities, just figure it now. And of the 10, 20,000 infections, 15,000 of them are among adolescent girls and young women. That is about 7.5 universities. For the young people in university, I hope you are listening, that is how the scourge of HIV is. Now, in terms of pregnancy, if you weight pregnancy prevalence among adolescent girls and young women, as I told you, 15 to 19 years, for more than 10 years, actually for the last 20 years, it has stagnated around 24–25%. What it means in simple terms, if you have 100 girls, 25 of them are pregnant. And these are young girls. We're not talking about those who are older young women. We should therefore ensure to support and raise awareness about the importance of HIV and sexually transmitted infections, prevention, and to prevent unintended pregnancies among the youth and university students through effective behavior change communication and the provision of HIV testing and condom provision services among the sexually active young people, the key populations, and the priority populations within the tertiary institutions, and those that they interact with outside the tertiary institutions. It is therefore with pleasure that the launch of the Condom SBC Demand Generation campaign, which says, "Get it on, stay safe," is indeed a very important step in the right direction to get university students and other youth to take control of their personal health and well-being. It is also an opportunity to engage with different stakeholders to support youth efforts to achieve their full participation and eventually their full potential in life. With this, let me wish the university students and youth a fruitful inter-university and tertiary institution HIV prevention conference and launch of the Condom SBC campaign as we prepare for the World AIDS Day commemoration. Thank you so much for listening, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Ngwao. A big round of applause. Some very scary statistics that he has given us there. He was an ELA team here. Of course, I'll be inviting the rest of our partners even in the course of our program. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, a quick music interlude courtesy of Bailey Uganda. I think they're going to give us a traditional piece. Let us lend them our attention. I can see yogurt going round. Everyone, please make sure you enjoy and sip on that wonderful yogurt just to remain healthy. Don't worry, this is not lunch. We know you are very energetic and strong appetites. Real lunch will be coming later. This is just a snack. I can see some gentlemen saying, we were concerned. Thank you. Sadiq, if you can make your way here very fast, 1 minute, as Bailey Uganda comes. You had a comment to make that you wanted, or have you rested your case for now? Make it very quick. Dr. Musinguzi, you said you want to hear the feedback from the young people. I'm giving Sadiq 1 minute. He has a small comment.
Good afternoon, everyone. My comment had written it to Dr. Kitaka, but the issue was concerning about the issue of introducing family planning in schools. Something that I completely disagree with. It's like constructing a house where water is flowing, a river is flowing. What do you expect? You expect more floods and even attack other places. For us, we have better ways we can solve this issue. Actually, to me, if we would address as the government policies, we address from the government downwards. My point could be the government should come up with policies. For example, the legislators in the parliament, they should implement laws that punish these people who are pregnanting these girls. 2, we also have this system of the parenting. Nowadays, the parenting has changed. For us, where we grew up, a child was for a community. But nowadays, if you touch someone, a child is a problem. So I suggest, if we go back to such policies, we can avoid teenage pregnancy in new children or younger girls. Then the other point is, we also have to go hand in hand with schools. By introducing I was the head of the behavior change club at school. But nowadays, if you go to secondary schools, you will not find those behavior club changes in schools. You will not find Peace Heart clubs in schools. Those are the things where we need to go, channels we used to use, so that we can impart knowledge, sensitize these younger girls and boys the danger of teenage pregnancy. But introducing family planning at school is like, okay, fine, you may stop it, but you are telling these children to go for more and more. And even HIV will come rampant, the one that we are trying to say that by 2030, HIV is reduced. If we introduce family planning, we shall fulfill the goal of 2030, HIV reduction. Then the other point is, the last point is, there is this kind of modernization we have adopted nowadays. For us, we think it is a way of life, but in actual sense, it's a way of destroying life. Look at the way the girls are dressing. That modernization, we are copying Western culture. which is not okay. If we could go back to our way of life of dressing, our way of life of how to deal with the younger ones, making them to be moral in the community, that would be a better way to go than suggesting family planning should be a key point in preventing what? Teenage pregnancy. Me, I completely disagree. And I therefore request Dr. Kitaka and the Minister of Health officials who are here. We in our medical schools, we have good suggestions. Always involve us. Before you come up with such a policy, maybe you can have something like seminars in universities to gather different thoughts so that you can come up with such things. But for me, I disagree with that. And if you need me on your table, please, I'm available. You can call me and we put together the knowledge so that we can bring up a good future, a good children of tomorrow, boys and girls. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sadiq. You can pass by Dr. Musingu's there and shake his hand. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, a quick music interlude, Bailey Uganda coming through, after which we shall get straight into our inter-university challenge. So the champions of the different universities, I hope your contestants are ready. Let's go.
Umwami ni mwiza isitarare mwayariho shimuwa nkunze ntamuzi shimwe ndirimba ni Yesu aberaho sicyarimwe sumuhemo kandi ntabeshya aberaho sicyarimwe sumuhemo kandi ntabeshya arakomeye bitangaje ndamuvuga ndamurata aberaho sicyarimwe sumuhemo kandi ntabeshya arakomeye bitangaje ndamuvuga ndamurata aberaho sicyarimwe sumuhemo kandi ntabeshya mubyeyi mwiza murage mwiza amahoro mugabo mwiza uhoraho we mico myiza habwa impundu u Rwanda n'abanyarwanda twese tuguhaye igihugu cyacu u Rwanda n'abanyarwanda twese tuguhaye igihugu cyacu. Ndamuvuga
time is now, not tomorrow. It may be too late if not today. All the old and the young, let's test for HIV. Together we can stop the transmission.
Let's re-engage all the people around us for effective HIV prevention.
Let's bring a smile to the victims with a hope that with HIV you can live tomorrow.
Zero new infections, yes we can. Zero discriminations, yes we can achieve. Zero related death, yes we can. But you should know, it starts with you and me. Zero new infections, yes we can. Zero discriminations, yes we can achieve. Zero related death, yes we can. But you should know, it starts with you and me. Of preventive equipment, early detection, adherence to the drugs can't save the future. All the pregnant mothers, if you test for HIV, it's possible you can have a fine baby. And all the youth, abstinence is the best, and the moral, be faithful to your partner. Zero new infections, yes we can. Zero discriminations, yes we can achieve. Zero related death, yes we can. But you should know, it starts with you and me. Zero new infections, yes we can. Zero discriminations, yes we can achieve. Zero related death, yes we can. But you should know, it starts with you and me. Zero new infections, yes we can. Zero discriminations, yes we can achieve. Zero related death, yes we can. But you should know, it starts with you and me. Zero new infections, yes we can. Zero discriminations, yes we can achieve. Zero related death, yes we can. But you should know, it starts with you and me.
Oh, Bugalo, 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 Bugalo.
Teresa, genda wekebeze, omanyenga woyimiridde ng'obudde bukyali, bw'oba wakafuna weteebereza genda weekebeze omanye nga w'oyimiridde ng'obudde bukyali oba wakafuna otandike obujjanjabi abatakalina mwongere okwekuuma temugayaala.
buli lw'omanya obulamu bw'omukwano bwe buyimiridde oyambibwa nnyo nnyo otaasa bingi jjukira omulabe gw'omanyi oyo nno mwangu wakulwanyisa osobola n'okuzaala omwana nga talina kawuka
ate nga kyangu nnyo akawuka okukeewala bino eby'obwegadde nga osobola okubyereza mwe abafumbo mubenga beesigwa abatendewaliddwa mukozesa obupiira kijja bataasa bwe wanga toteebereza genda weekebeze omanye nga w'oyimiridde ng'obudde bukyali oba wakafuna otandike obujjanjabi abatakalina mwongere okwekuuma temugayaala. ekyomusaayi gwo okuvaamu akawuka ekyo tekitegeeza kyogenda kufa kati okyasobola okubeerawo n'otuukiriza ebirooto byo ira eddagala lyo nga bw'olagirwa kubuuliridde munnange tandikira wanga toteebereza genda weekebeze omanye nga w'oyimiridde ng'obudde bukyali oba wakafuna otandike obujjanjabi abatakalina mwongere okwekuuma temugayaala. gwe wamba toteebereza genda weekebeze omanye nga w'oyimiridde ng'obudde bukyali oba wakafuna otandike obujjanjabi abatakalina mwongere okwekuuma temugayaala.
All right, we can do better than that. Let's give them a bigger round of applause. Mic check. Mic check 1 2. That's better. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, we're going to get ready for our inter-university challenge, the quiz, inter-university HIV awareness quiz. And I'm going to invite our quiz masters, Peter, Chris, and Rebecca, just to come, go up to the mic, and they're going to give us the rules of engagement and how this is going to happen, while I'll ask Boniface and Paul to ensure we have the contestants ready. Obugalo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All protocol observed. We shall go straight to our activity at hand. But before that, just to introduce ourselves, I'm Peter Chris Kaunges. I'm a field epidemiologist and a fellow at the Uganda National Institute of Public Health, hosted at AIDS Control Program. We shall be conducting this with my colleague. I will ask her to introduce herself.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rebecca Kunzire, and I'm also a fellow with the Uganda National Institute of Public Health.
Okay, so I know people, when they hear about questions, some of them get these symptoms of fear, flight, and fight because of the increase in adrenaline. But please don't get to that level. This is about HIV awareness, things that you know. We just want to learn together. So while you are here up front, you are creating awareness to the other team. And while you are in the audience, also be part of that awareness. If you feel like something is not so clear, we shall have modalities of enlightening it. So because of time, we are going to have 8 universities at a go, and we shall have 1 participant or 1 representative or contestant from each university. And I want to invite you up front. Thereafter, we are going to have the ground rules made to us clear by our colleague Rebecca, and then we shall start off with exercise. So when I read your name, please feel free to come up front. Karungi Mary Sharon should be representing Kyambogo University. Karungi, are you with us? Karungi.
Clap for Karungi as she comes. Your university should be giving you gas.
Then we shall have Abide Scovia Narule representing Uganda Matters University.
Let's give it up for Scovia and let's move quickly.
So we shall use 4 contestants. We'll use these podiums up front, and then 4 will take seats up front here. So just feel free. Then we have Kibira Derek representing Mountains of the Moon. Magala Latif representing Islamic University in Uganda. Asiku Amos representing King Caesar University. Nahabwe Edison representing Uganda Institute of Information and Technology. Sekau Barnabas representing Cavendish University. And finally, we shall have Kule Robert representing Metropolitan International University. So I will hand over to my colleague, Rebecca, to take us through the ground rules. Please take note of these rules.
Here are the simple rules for this quiz. So we are going to be having a mixture of questions. We have multiple choice questions, true or false questions, and short answer questions. Each multiple choice question is equivalent to 5 points. If failed, you can get help from your university. And if they get it right, it's equivalent to 2 points. So 5-2. Each true false question is 3 points. And you can't get help for this, because if it's not true, it's false. Lastly, each short answer is 10 points. If failed, you can also get help from your universities, and it is equivalent to 5 points. You must answer MCQs or true-false questions within 5 seconds. If you're getting help, it should also be within 10 seconds. Okay, that is it. Is that clear?
Okay, I'm going to ask you just to turn on the microphones real quick. We were expecting 8 candidates, but I think we have only 7. So we'll want to confirm. So I'll start at the front. Just turn on your mic, introduce yourself and your university so that we can quickly check.
My name is Karungi Mary Sharon from Kyambogo University.
If we can have a little more on the mics. Put the mic close to yourself so that you are audible. All right, introduce yourself again.
My name is Karungi Mary Sharon from Chambogo University.
Karunji. Where are the Chambogo people? Give your lady some gas. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Kule Robert. I'm from Metropolitan International University.
All right, next.
Good afternoon. My name is Nahawe Edson from UICT Nakao.
Feel free to move the mic closer to yourself for comfort so that you don't get a neck pull.
All protocol observed. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Barnabas Sekau, a third-year student of Environmental Health Sciences from Cavendish University, Uganda.
Good afternoon to you all. I'm called Amos Asiku from King Caesar University.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm called Magal Latif. Magal Latif from Islamic University in Uganda.
Derek Chibira is my name. Mountains of the Moon University, Fort Portal.
And last but not least, I believe we have one last contestant to make them 8.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kovia Babidye from Uganda Matters University, main campus.
Check. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we can see all the contestants up here. And the questions are going to be going up. Some of them will be multi-choice questions. Some of them will be for short answers. I'll just ask the judge, Chris, is your microphone on? If you can just check.
Yeah.
How many points per question?
Hello.
How many points do you get per question?
Each MCQ is 5 points. If you fail it, you can get help from your university. And if they get it right, it's 2 points. Each true-false question is also 5 points. Then each short answer is 10 points. If you get help from your university, it's 5 points.
All right, so I'm just going to baptize you numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? The questions will be appearing at the top. I will ask the questions for your benefit. And please, like I've said, feel free to use the mics. Bring them closer to yourself for your comfort.
Excuse me, MC.
Yes.
We have the order based on this registration.
Okay.
So we would use this just to allow the scoring. Yes.
All right, let's get rolling. Karunji, you'll be going first. Question number 1. Karunji Mary, what is pre-exposure? These words can play you sometimes.
Prophylaxis.
But it's prophylaxis, all right? What is it used for? There are your options A, B, C, and D.
A.
Is this your final answer?
No, C.
A. You have changed your mind? What is your final answer? C. All right?
So we shall give you another chance to ask from your team if they can guide you.
All right. The team, please stand up. We have run out of microphones, so we're going to have to... What's the answer from her team? B, preventing HIV transmission.
So that's correct. They get 2 points.
So you get 2 points. Babidye Scovia, where is Babidye? All right. The next question is yours. Who qualifies to use PEP? A, B, or C? You might want to answer before you run out of time.
A.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, A.
A. All right.
You are given a chance to ask for help.
So that would be wrong. So your university, where's your university?
They're over there.
Can a university representative from Scovia's University, please? Go right ahead, sir. B.
B, you get 2 points.
2 points. All right. The next question will go to Derek. Derek, where are you? Okay, Derek, your question is, what is the primary purpose of post-exposure? Okay. Whoever is writing the questions, please go back. We're in question 3. All right, what is the primary purpose of PEP? A, B, C, or D? Derek?
The answer is B.
That's correct. They get 5 points.
So you have, so far you are in the lead with 5 points. Latif, where is Latif? Latif. All right, the next question is yours. Question 4. Which population is considered at high risk for HIV infection? A, B, C, or D? Which population is considered at high risk for HIV infection?
The answer is C.
C.
That's correct. They get 5 points. Five points.
5 points for you. So you have a tie at the top. Amos. Okay, the next question. Question 5. What is Oroquick? A, B, C, or D?
B.
B?
That's correct. 5 points.
5 points. Edson. The next question is yours. Question 6. After exposure, how long does it take for one to test positive for HIV? A, B, C, or D? Immediately, after 3 months, 6 months, 2 weeks. This question is for Edson.
Answer is D.
Answer is?
D.
D.
Can ask help.
That would be wrong. So
D?
we'll ask your university.
You said D?
He said D.
Ask for help.
Which university?
UICT.
UICT. UICT, what's the answer? B.
They get 2 points.
2 points. Okay. The next one would be Barnabas. Where is Barnabas? Okay. Next question is yours. What is the CD4 count used to measure in an HIV positive person? A, B, C, or D? Liver function, immune system health, blood pressure, bone density.
The answer is B.
The answer is B.
5 points.
5 points. Kalule Robert, the next question would be yours. What is the term for the period after HIV infection before the development of AIDS? Is it the latent stage, incubation period, seroconversion, asymptomatic stage?
D.
D. Is this your final answer?
5 points.
5 points. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Obugalo, 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 Obugalo. Round 1, you know where you are at. Remember, if you get it wrong, your points are reduced, but you have the opportunity to pass on the question to your university. Okay, can we move on? Are we still in the same category? We'll move on to the next question. That will now be going back to Karunji. Next question. When is the highest risk for mother-to-child transmission of HIV? During breastfeeding, A. During pregnancy, B. During labor and delivery, C. Through shared utensils, D. Karunji, what is your answer?
C.
C. During labor and delivery.
Correct.
Correct.
5 points.
Scovia. Hey, if your university is doing well, give them some gas. Scovia. Next question. Which of the following is an example of barrier method for preventing sexual transmission of HIV? Sorry. A, B, C, or D? Hormonal contraceptives, emergency contraception, male and female condoms, and tubal ligation.
C.
5 points.
5 points. Well done, well done. Which university is that? We don't feel the love for Scovia. You need to celebrate. All right, Derek. Next question, please. What does UU stand for in context of HIV? A, B, C, or D?
B.
B.
5 points.
5 points. Correct. Latif, the next question would be yours. In context of HIV, what is the test and treat strategy? What is the test and treat strategy? What would your answer be?
The answer is B.
B.
Correct. 5 points.
Correct. Amos. What is the role of HIV stigma in hindering prevention efforts? What is the role of HIV stigma in hindering prevention efforts? A, B, C, or D? It encourages open dialogue, promotes accurate information, discourages testing and treatment, has no impact on prevention.
C.
C.
5 points.
5 points. Correct. That was Amos, right? Was that Amos? Edson. Which bodily fluid is considered to have the highest concentration level of HIV virus? A, saliva. B, urine. C, blood. D, sweat.
C.
C, blood.
5 points.
5 points. Barnabas. How does male circumcision impact the HIV prevention? A, it increases risk. B, has no effect. C, reduces risk. And D, eliminates the risk.
The answer is C.
The answer is C. Reduces risk. And as such, you are encouraged to go and face the knife. All right, Robert. What is the primary goal of HIV treatment? Is it to complete eradication of the virus? A. B. Reducing the viral load to an undetectable level. C. Preventing initial infection. And D. Enhancing immune response. What is the primary goal of HIV treatment?
D.
D. Enhancing immune response.
You can ask for help.
That would be incorrect. We'll ask for help from your university is?
MIU.
MIU reps? Yes, sir. The answer, he says, is B. Reducing the viral load to an undetectable level. Is this correct?
2 points.
Correct. 2 points. Judge Rebecca, I hope you are scoring and you have no relationship with Chigundu. Yeah, okay. All right. We move on back to Karunji. The following questions answer whether true or false. Question number 1. Even newly diagnosed HIV positive patients can be given PEP following exposure. True or false? Karunji is rereading the question to be sure. And her final answer is
PEP is post-exposure prophylaxis, just in case.
sorry.
False.
False.
5 points.
Correct. She answered while shaking. She said false, but it's correct. All right.
If you are not diagnosed, you are just started on treatment.
All right. Can you explain the reason why?
Pardon?
You explain why it is false. Just as a quick learning.
Yes, we are saying if you are exposed, maybe you've been raped, but while you are being screened, you test positive. Instead of getting PEP, you are instead started on treatment. You remember the test and treat, which is ART.
All right. So remember, we're not just here to do the exercise. It's also to learn. And I hope is this making sense for you? Are you learning something new? Or at least the point is being emphasized. Scovia. True or false? If I take PrEP, is that PrEP? Yes. Yeah? I don't need to use a condom.
False.
Correct.
Correct. Derek. OralQuick is a laboratory-based test that requires professional medical assistance. True or false?
False.
False.
5 points.
The man from Fort Portal is saying it with the emphasis. Latif. OralQuick can detect HIV infection sooner than the traditional antibody test. True or false?
True.
5 points.
5 points. Members have woken up. Amos. OralQuick is approved for use by health care professionals only. True or false?
False.
False.
5 points.
5 points. Edson. HIV can be transmitted through saliva. True or false? HIV can be transmitted through saliva. True or false?
False.
5 points.
5 points. How many of you were not sure? How many of you think HIV can be spread through saliva? Some of you are like, would you be sure? So the answer is false. False meaning no. It cannot be spread through saliva. That's interesting. I'd like to hear from the doctors though. Is there no percentage, no viral load whatsoever in saliva? Is it 0? Doctors are not responding. It's 0. Okay. There you go. Thank you very much. Some of us had concerns that, is it? But, well, thank you for clarifying on that one. Barnabas. HIV can be transmitted through breastfeeding. True or false?
The answer is true.
5 points.
5 points. So you mean HIV is in milk but not in saliva? Are you learning? I hope you are. Robert. HIV positive mothers should breastfeed their HIV positive babies for 2 years. True or false?
False.
Unfortunately, here we are not asking for help.
This one, I'm sorry, is wrong.
So we are scoring a 0, but all of them are positive, so the mother has to breastfeed for the recommended period, 2 years.
So all mothers should breastfeed their children for 2 years. But
and the baby is positive.
In this case, both are positive. It's okay. If the mother was positive and the child negative, then it would be false.
The period would change, yes.
All right. Thank you very much. We now go to the next round. Karunji, back to Karunji. We're still in true or false, I believe. HIV and AIDS are the same thing, Karunji. True or false? False. Do you
5
know the
points.
difference? Hey, you do. Okay, I'll not ask you, Castor. You do. Scovia. True or false? Can I have the next question? Routine HIV testing is recommended for everyone regardless of risk. True or false?
True.
True.
5 points.
5 points. Derek. Next question. People with HIV can live a normal lifespan with proper medical care. True or false?
True.
5 points.
Latif. Next question. HIV can be transmitted through mosquito bites. Latif. If a mosquito bites an HIV patient and then bites you.
False.
False.
5 points.
Doctors, how come it is false? I thought they are all dealing in blood. Because when you slap a mosquito, it has blood in it. So how come you are not, it doesn't transfer?
It's only able to transmit the malaria parasites, but not the HIV infection.
So doctor here is telling me because the mosquito doesn't regurgitate the blood, it will only transmit plasmodium to you, but not HIV. Okay. Sorry, who's going next? Whose question was that, Edson? Okay, so
Amos.
Barnabas?
Is it Amos? Has Amos got?
Amos. Oh, sorry, I was at Latif. Now it's Amos. Okay, Amos. HIV can be transmitted when using withdrawal method of sexual intercourse. True or false?
So false.
5 points.
All right. Because it cannot. Don't go practicing these methods assuming you will. Okay, Edson. Taking an HIV medication can cure the infection. True or false?
False.
False.
5 points.
As we continue to search for a cure. Barnabas. HIV can be transmitted through contact with an infected person's sweat. True or false?
The answer is false.
False.
5 points.
HIV is not Ebola. Robert. Pierre, did you read this as PrEP? Yeah? PrEP is a one-time medication taken after potential exposure to HIV. True or false?
False.
5 points.
5 points. Well done, well done. So far, can you clap for your representatives? I think they're doing very well. And in the meantime, I'll ask the team behind the scenes responsible for lunch to be getting lunch ready. We're now going to a category called short answer, meaning you'll have to give a short answer. There's going to have to be some explanation. It's no longer true or false or just options. How many points do you get for this category, Rebecca? 10 points. And if you fail, we give it to your university, or does another university? Yes?
Your university. If they get it right, it's 5 points.
All right. Are we clear on that? Okay. We are now at Karunji. In the context of HIV, what does PrEP stand for?
In context of HIV,
Yes.
PrEP
Stands for?
Okay, it stands for pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Prophylaxis, okay.
Don't worry, even me, the word
10
plays me.
points.
What does it stand for?
Pre-exposure prophylaxis.
Prophylaxis. What is prophylaxis?
Prevention.
Prevention. Aha. Do we have medical students? You should be helping us to master these words. Okay. Scovia. Scovia. What does PrEP protect against Sorry, does PrEP protect against pregnancy and other STIs?
No, it doesn't.
10 points.
That was a very short answer. I thought you were going to add some meat to throw and say why.
If you have time, they can add explanation.
Because this segment is for short answers. It's not for yes, no. So maybe could you just throw some light to explain why your answer is no?
PrEP is treatment for pre-exposure to sexual intercourse with an uninfected person, and it doesn't really cater for pregnancy and STIs.
All right. So you
in
see,
other words, it's only condoms that can do that.
it's only condoms which will prevent against pregnancy and STIs. Condoms and abstinence, I suppose. Derek, name one reason why you still need to use a condom even after PrEP.
To prevent unwanted pregnancies.
I suppose that is correct.
10 points.
10 points. Okay, because you've asked him to name one reason. Is there another reason? What is the other reason? Other than pregnancy, what is the other reason?
You want to add? Give him a chance.
The man already got his 10 points. I hope you don't change.
Can,
is there any other reason other than pregnancy? He said that's his final answer. He already has his 10 points. But
you're also protecting against sexually transmitted infections.
all the other
HIV.
STIs. Okay, Latif. Briefly explain how OraQuick works as an HIV testing kit.
Yes, OraQuick detects the antibodies within the saliva. So it's a quick test that you get the testing kit, and then you rub it on your gums, up and down, and then you wait for the results within few seconds. So it will give you 2 lines of indication. If you have 1 and 2 lines, it means that it is a positive for HIV infection.
10 points.
10 points.
Yes, give
Very,
me a good
very well explained. So what I'm learning is you cannot get HIV from saliva, but saliva, based on the antibodies present, can indicate the presence of HIV in the system. I feel like I should get a certificate of medicine after this. Amos. Dr. Sabrina left. In context of OraQuick test, when is the test positive?
After performing the procedure, the test shows positive when you saw 2 red lines, 1 for the control, 1 for the test. That's
All right.
10 points.
10 points. Though there is a hand at the back, someone either wants to add or to just stand up and shout if you can. You know what? You need a mic. Can you just come closer to this microphone, if you don't mind? Remember, I'm allowing this interruption because the cardinal goal of this exercise is to learn, not so much to score our friends up here. Yes, sir. What's your name and university?
Like you're saying, we're here to learn. I also want to learn why, on the other previous question, we considered saliva as we are looking for the antibodies for HIV, yet during the procedure of testing for this, we are swabbing around the mucous membrane. Actually, we are not telling the patient to put saliva. So I just want a difference there. To me, I don't think 10 points are supposed to be given here.
Kumbe, the man was fighting for points. I thought he was just learning. Hagayai. But anyway, he has a legitimate question. That is the test OraQuick, is is the test best from the saliva or the mucus or mucomembranes? And looks like the students are the ones answering. Yes, Hajat.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakat. Well, to answer your question, OraQuick is detecting antibodies. When you have an antigen in the blood, antibodies are produced against that antigen. So it is not detecting the HIV antigen, but rather the antibodies, which are present in any part of the body. Yes.
But his question is it, why are we testing the saliva or we are testing the mucomembranes? And because he said saliva, he feels the points should not be complete. Let's give the mic back to the doctor just to clarify, because I'm being told time. Sebo, you have given those 10 points. Were they legitimate?
I think for purposes of saving time, we are not opening up that discussion. Otherwise, we are going to take so long.
Okay.
Yeah, but for OraQuick, the antibodies are present in the oral fluids, that is saliva, and it's detecting those antibodies.
All right. I'd like to extend that particular question to the panel discussion that we shall have after lunch when we have the experts there. Perhaps they can delve a little more into that. Who answered the last question? Was it Amos? So the next one is for Edson. In context of OraQuick test, what do you do when the test is positive?
When the test is positive, you seek for the medical attention and you start on ARVs immediately.
We are going to give you 5 points, but the issue is when the test is positive, which you have done at your own convenience at home, you go to the health facility. I think that's what it means with seeking for care.
Medical attention.
But they repeat the test using the routine and approved algorithm to confirm whether it is positive.
So
Then
the
they
key
make a
element
decision
there,
to start you on treatment.
the
So
key element is
caution,
to have...
The caution is don't test and you can't get treatment. When it is positive, go to a health worker
to confirm.
who will confirm, and if it is positive, he will now start you on treatment. So you
Sir-
get 5 points, it's fine.
I meant medical attention, which is doing
It is
the
okay,
test.
that's why I gave you 5 points, not a 0.
All right, Barnabas. In context of OraQuick test, describe an invalid test. What is an invalid test in as far as OraQuick is concerned? Barnabas?
An invalid test refers to a test when the two lines have not appeared, or when this test has not read either negative, reactive, or non-reactive.
Judge?
2 lines have not appeared and?
He says either when the 2 lines have not appeared, or if the test has neither read reactive or non-reactive.
Maybe you can explain what he means by the last point.
Can you just throw some light on reactive and non-reactive?
Non-reactive or reactive, meaning that the test that I've run, it has not shown either of the lines.
Which is the first thing you explained, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we need to keep to that. So if you don't see the 2 lines, or if you are seeing 1 line only at the test and no line at the control, that test you consider it invalid.
All right. And as such, you get another test, or you go for another testing method. Robert. Oh, please pronounce yourself on the marks, Judge. Judge Chris, the Cavendish wants to know, do they have full
No, he will
marks?
get 10 points.
10 points. Robert. Name 2 common side effects of antiretroviral therapy. Name 2 common side effects of antiretroviral therapy?
Antiretroviral therapy is the HIV treatment, the drugs used for HIV treatment.
When unsure, you say pass, and we shall go to your university for half the mark.
Some help.
Okay, which university is that?
MIU.
MIU reps. The marks are there for you to grab. 2 common side effects. Yes, sir? You said hallucination. And 2? Nausea and vomiting.
Okay, so nausea and vomiting, but hallucinations is not a common one. So nausea and vomiting is common. Any other?
You have the chance to complete your score. If you can mention one more common. The man is looking for help from the neighbors. They are looking angers. That would not be common. That is the same as hallucination. So
Let's do 2.5 points and we move
we
on.
shall give you 2.5 for that one, but we'll ask any other university that wants to grab the remaining 2.5. Which university is that? Please stand up. He was the first to put his hand up. Which university? Mountains of the Moon? Sorry? And your answer? Fatigue.
That is general
That is
illness.
enough. Thank you very much. 2.5 for Mountains of the Moon. Okay, I shouldn't bias the judge to distribute as he deems fit.
We didn't want to award it to another university.
Oh, okay. So that means
But it is good for learning purposes.
for learning purposes. Okay. Sorry, Mountains of the Moon, correct. But the 2.5, meh. All right. We about to bring this to a wrap. Karunji, back to you. Briefly explain what viral load measures in context of HIV. Karunji, can you briefly explain what viral load measures in context of HIV?
Okay, in the context of HIV, viral load measures the rapid at which the virus is being distributed in the body.
You mean the rate at which the virus is being... Okay, you might have the judges are perhaps looking for some key terminologies, or would you like to have another go, or
Do you want to phrase it in another way?
to rephrase?
Okay, what do you mean?
What exactly are they measuring?
They are measuring when we talk of the viral load, that is, they are detecting it's all about the virus. So they are detecting how the virus has. I'll pass the question.
You are in the vicinity of the answer. You
Yes,
are just not. You are in the neighborhood, but you have not knocked on the right door. Judge, do you give the points, or does her university support?
She has explained, but to make it clear.
Yes.
So it's about the amount of the virus, HIV virus in blood. And I think that's the explanation she was giving. So they'll get 10 points.
So in English, what you say, it's what exactly is being measured? The volume?
Amount.
The amount. Yes. Okay. All right. Scovia, explain why viral load is important in the care of HIV. Why is it important in the care of HIV?
Viral load is important in the care of HIV because it helps, for example, for a pregnant mother, it helps health workers to know how a patient is doing. For example, for pregnant mothers, we can be able, patients with a little viral load with few, when the virus has reduced in their body, they're able to breastfeed without infecting the child. They're able to deliver without infecting the child. Around that.
All right, Judge.
Yes, I think Scovia has really labored to explain.
She danced around it and finally reached.
Yes, so really you want to see how well your patient is doing while you started them on treatment. Because the treatment is meant to bring down the virus.
The load. All right.
So 10 points.
10 points. The next question will be for Derek, while I ask the team in charge of lunch to advise me accordingly. Derek, define undetectable viral load in context of HIV treatment. What is undetectable viral load?
Undetectable viral load would imply that the immune system is very strong and then the infestation of the virus can't be detected.
Judge?
Okay, well done. Though you inclined it towards immune system, viral load, we are looking at the virus itself. But the second bit of it, we have the virus present but in very low amounts to an extent that it can't be detected by the standard tests.
All right. Can this undetectable viral load, is it transmittable?
You want to respond?
This is just, it's not a bonus question, I'm just asking.
Can we move on?
No, I'm asking you for learning purposes. Is the undetectable viral load transmittable?
Let's first move on.
Hey, I might be answered in the next question. I'm very sorry.
So 10 points.
10 points for you, Derek. Latif, why is it important to have undetectable viral load? No wonder we moved on.
Number one, patients with undetectable viral load always don't stand chances of transmitting the virus to their partners. So,
good. Yeah, and that's the most important, to reduce the levels such that the transmission is also reduced.
All right.
But also it improves the general well-being of that same patient.
Of the individual.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I almost preempted that
points.
answer. Amos, in context of HIV prevention, what does ABC stand for?
A is abstinence, B is be faithful, C is condom use.
All right. Yeah, you need to pronounce yourself on the marks.
10 points.
Edson. Next question, please. What does stigma mean in context of HIV and AIDS?
In context of HIV/AIDS, stigma means like people they are not concerned about talk about HIV. Like people, they think having HIV is like a crime. So within that, people think like people shouldn't be considered. So those people are stigmatized and they are considered to, like most in the communities, they are considered not to be more important. So that's what stigma means. And also a fear to talk about HIV, like you have HIV and you don't want to tell someone like you are infected and you get like a treatment. That's what rotates about that one.
I will let the judge decide.
Yes,
I
thank
think
you,
you are
Edson.
dancing somewhere in there.
He has given the explanation, and I think in a nutshell, there are negative attitudes, beliefs towards these people who have the HIV infection. He has given the explanation. 10 points.
All right. Barnabas. Name 2 other sexually transmitted infections.
1, syphilis. 2, hepatitis B.
10 points.
Robert. In the context of ending AIDS, name and explain the UN AIDS targets for 2025 for HIV prevention, care, and treatment.
Okay, by 2025, the UN AIDS is targeting to have registered a downfall in numbers of infections in HIV and registered more cases of HIV such that in 2030 HIV is able to be ended.
Thank you. Can we get more support just to...
Can your university plug in a little bit to just add a little bit? MIU? MIU, yes, if you're from the university, you can support. Yes, madam. Please stand up and speak up. Sorry? So is she from the same university? Oh, no, sorry, okay. Please stand up. He's added a percentage. It says reducing by 95% by 2025.
They can enlighten it a little bit. From the same university, right?
You need to be from the same university. This is your last chance. I believe the judge is either looking for some specific wording or going once, going twice, gone. You said, Judge, you said you can't give another university.
Same university. No help from the same university?
Are you from the same university? No.
Okay, so they'll get a 2.5, but the targets are 95, 95, 95, and I think they will explain to us here. By 2025, 95% of the people living with HIV need to know that they have HIV. And 95% of those who know that they have HIV need to be on treatment. And 95% of those on treatment need to be virally suppressed. That is the target we are working towards.
95, 95, 95. All right, we're about to come to a wrap. Well, we now go back to Karunji. Reproductive health. How long, and we're back to multiple options. How long after sex can male sperm survive inside the vagina? A, B, C, or D?
D.
Sorry, what's your final answer?
D.
D. Judges?
5 points.
5 points. Okay. I'm going to request that we move a little bit faster. Scovia, next question. Which contraceptive method provides protection against sexually transmitted infections, including HIV? Which of those contraceptive methods provides protection against sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV?
B.
B.
5 points.
Next, Derek. What organism causes cervical cancer?
C.
5 points.
5 points. Latif. Next question. What is the primary mode of transmission for the human papillomavirus, HPV?
Papillomavirus.
These medical terms, this is why I didn't do. What's it called?
Answer is
Human
C.
papillomavirus.
Papillomavirus. All right, HPV. The man has already jumped. The answer is C. True or false?
5 points.
5 points. Amos. What is the recommended age for the first cervical cancer screening, pap smear for women? Amos.
18 years.
A.
You can get support.
Support from your university. KCU. What's the answer? Where is your university? They have jumped out of you. Yes? Are you from the same university? What's your answer?
He says 21, 2 points.
2 points. Okay, Edson. Next question. At what age is a woman supposed to receive the first dose of vaccine against HPV?
C.
5 points.
5 points. Barnabas. Next question. How many doses of HPV vaccine should women receive?
The answer is B.
B, 3 doses.
You can ask for help.
Did you say B? All right, ask for help. Cavendish. One of you put up your hand and give us the answer. What's the answer? D. She says D.
2 points.
2 points. Robert. Which reproductive health practice or practices increases your risk of cervical cancer? Multiple sexual partners, early sexual, unprotected sex, HPV, vaccination, or all of the above?
E.
All of the above.
It's not all, but it's 5 points.
Oh, it's not all of the above. It's A, B, and C, exclusive of D. So you're correct. Apologies for that error. Karunji. Which family planning method provides long-term protection against unintended pregnancies and does not require daily attention?
B.
Sorry?
B.
B.
Can ask for help.
We're going to have to ask for help on that one. Where is your university? Which university is that? Chambogo? Chambogo? Going once, going, yes? The hand went up before the head had processed. Yes? C.
2 points.
2 points. All right. IUD does not require, does not require daily attention. All right. Scovia. Which family planning method is irreversible and involves a surgical procedure to block or seal the fallopian tubes in women? Vasectomy.
C.
C.
You can ask for help.
Yes, she's there.
Where? Which university is that?
Umu.
Where are you? Please put your hand up. What's the answer? Vasectomy? I'm afraid.
Okay, they get a 0, but for women, it's tubal ligation. The fallopian tubes are blocked.
Just for clarity, women do not get vasectomies, all right?
It's for men.
Vasectomy would be for men, and the tubal ligation is the one for blocking or sealing the fallopian tubes. Thank you very much. It's a good thing that we are learning and seeing what, you may think is obvious, but clearly we are all learning something new every day. Derek, which family planning method involves monitoring a woman's natural fertility signs to identify fertility and infertility periods? Which of those methods? Implants, sterilization, natural family planning, or injectable contraceptives?
C.
5 points.
5 points. Latif. Which contraceptive method is ideal for those seeking a reversible and longer period lasting for several years?
Answer is D.
5 points.
5 points. Amos. In context of family planning, what is the term for the international termination of a pregnancy?
Intentional.
Intentional. Apologies.
B.
Sorry?
B.
B.
5 points.
Edson. How does HIV affect pregnancy outcomes for an infected woman?
Answer is D.
5 points.
5 points. Barnabas. What is the primary goal of HIV testing during antenatal care?
The answer is
Barnabas.
C. The answer is C.
5 points.
Robert. I'll also invite my colleague Paul to just come over here and offer me some support. Robert, pregnant women who are HIV positive should have their CD4 cell count and viral load monitored. What is the significance of the CD4 cell count monitoring in pregnant women with HIV? What is the significance?
B.
5 points.
5 points. All right, Karunji, next question. My colleague Paul is going to briefly take over. This is now true and false.
All right, let's have the next
We just have
question.
2 more for each, then we end. Proceed.
Okay, Mary Sharon, can you contract HIV, stroke AIDS, and STIs if the penis gets into contact with razor bumps and infected hair follicles or an infected sexual partner? True or false? Is that true or false?
True.
5 points.
True, correct. Next is Bavarius Covia. One can only get infected with an STI if their sexual partner has signs and symptoms. If their sexual partner has signs and symptoms. True or false?
False. False.
5 points.
5 points.
Like
for
the keynote speaker said, some STIs may not present with symptoms in certain gender. Like men, we may not have symptoms for candida.
Okay, Derek, you can get some STIs through sitting on a dirty toilet. True or false?
False.
5 points.
5 points. Latif, birth control pills cause cancer. True or false?
False.
5 points.
5 points for you. Amos, IUDs can penetrate the uterus and move to the heart. True or false?
False.
5 points.
5 points. Edson, using more than one condom during sex is more effective at preventing pregnancies and STIs. True or false?
True.
Unfortunately, this is true and false, so you score 0. Just one condom is enough. You don't need to use more than one condom.
Yeah, you may pronounce yourself clear whether he takes the points or not.
No point.
2 points?
No point.
No point.
Because true and false, we don't ask for help.
Okay. This is Barnabas. Barnabas. Does contraceptive use cause birth defects in children?
The answer is false.
5 points.
5 points. Robert, it is not difficult to get pregnant when you get off hormonal contraceptives. Is that true? Or false?
False.
No point. When you get off hormonal contraceptives, it's not difficult to get pregnant. You can get pregnant. So it's true. I don't know that you got the question well. In other words, hormonal contraceptives cannot cause infertility in you. So you don't have to fear to use them. When you stop them at the right time, with the advice of your healthcare worker, you can get pregnant again.
All right. Next week, going back to...
So this is the last.
This is the last. This is the last. So we get back to Mary Sharon. Men can't get HIV infection. True or false?
HPV infection.
Oh, men can't get HPV infection. True or false?
False.
Yes, that is false.
Okay. Scovia, can a condom which was put on wrong before use be worn right the sexual activity for which it was intended?
For the sexual activity, sorry.
Okay, can a condom which was put on wrong before use be worn right for the sexual activity for which it was intended?
False.
Yes, that is false.
That is...
When we are using condoms, we have to use them correctly. So if you use it wrongly and then remove it, if you reinsert, that is incorrect use. You minimize its intended role of protection.
Okay, Derek, this is the last question for you. Should an HIV positive child get all the vaccinations recommended by the Ministry of Health? True or false?
True.
He says true.
5 points.
5 points.
So
Lat-
being HIV positive does not stop you from receiving other routine preventive measures. Vaccination is very key in children.
All right. Latif, can
Yes, sir.
a woman get pregnant if she has sex during her period?
False. A woman cannot get pregnant when during her period.
No
Okay.
score, no point. She can.
Okay. Next, Amos. How often should HIV positive women screen for cervical cancer? How often should HIV positive women screen for cervical cancer?
Every after 6 months.
After 6 months, you say?
You want to call for help?
All right, there is, yes. After every 1 year.
Yes, so HIV positive women are supposed to screen for cervical cancer every year.
Okay. Edson, how often should HIV, at the next question, I think. All right. How long after having unprotected sex is emergency contraception effective? How long after having unprotected sex is emergency contraception effective?
Before 72 hours.
Pardon?
Before 72 hours.
Yeah, within 72 hours.
All right.
5 points.
5 points. Okay, next is Barnabas. All right. Why is exclusive breastfeeding recommended during the first 6 months of life? Why is exclusive breastfeeding recommended during the first 6 months of life?
It is recommended such that the child can get all nutrients of life from this blessed milk.
Do you want to get help?
Cavendish University, you want to help? All right. Okay, please.
We can't hear, sorry. Yes, it's about the protective antibodies from the mother, which protects the baby against the killer diseases, including pneumonia, diarrhea. So,
All right.
2 points. 2 points.
Okay, 2 points. Robert?
So the last one.
Robert?
Go to the next and give him. Next. Okay. And we shall stop.
What is gender-based violence?
Gender-based violence is that violence that is caused by someone's gender or someone's identity. For example, we may say women doesn't have any say in a family, that is in an African setting. And men are the ones that are supposed to make every decision in the family. So that makes two to disagree, and a woman also wants to have a say in the family, and the man does not allow the woman to have a say in the family. So that brings a gender-based violence in that context.
Okay, thank you for explaining. What is trying to bring out is that kind of violence directed towards a person because of their gender. Because of time, we shall not give additional explanations. 5 points. And we are stopping at that.
All right.
There is a question.
Latif has his hand up. I don't know why. Yes, Latif.
Yes, I have an inquiry. One is to the judges. In a short answer questions, you said you were not allowing consult from the audience in awarding marks. And two of the colleagues, there was a consult from the audience.
I believe the short answer question,
I don't
it
know
was
if-
for true or false. Because if you say true, you can't get an answer if it is false. But I believe for short answers, but thank you so much for clarifying.
And then another question is about the question which was posted. Someone getting pregnant when they're in their active menses. I'm just requesting for more clarification on that.
For learning purposes, they would like to know the question.
So
and there's, I think, a
from the
woman.
audience, we
yours
are now
is different.
We are in the interlude. We are compiling the scores, so
Yeah.
I think we can allow a discussion.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take, first of all, I want us to clap for our representatives. Very, very bold, and I'm going to ask the DJ to give me some music even as they make their way down. Let's give it up for Karunji. Obugalo, 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 Obugalo. DJ, give me some vibe as Karunji makes her way down. Thank you so much, Karunji. Let's give it up for Scovia. Show Scovia some love. Well done, well done, well done. Let's give it up for Derek. Derek, Obugalo, Obugalo.